Well, here he is working on the MSD atomic fuel injection system. Again, now remember in our last fuel injection episode we had bought a system that had different fuel rail mounts than what we needed. So talked to MSD. They looked around, and they don't sell these anymore. They're discontinued. So, and they checked around. They didn't have any of the correct fuel rail mounts anymore. So they sent me the mechanical drawings for it, which is nice. And I attempted to cobble one of the fuel rail mounts that came with the kit for the LS7, which is what this is, into something that worked. And it didn't work out the first time. I mean, it could have kept going, and I probably could have got it right. But then I thought to myself, there are 4 stock fuel rail mounts on this intake manifold, which hold the original intake manifold on, and not the intake manifold, the original fuel rail on there just fine. 4 stock fuel rail mounts. And it occurred to me that looking at this is just a piece of billet milled aluminum, pretty easy to mark and drill. So I mocked it up here and I marked it and center punched it, and I drilled it to 5/16 and filed it out a little bit so it has a little bit of wiggle room so you could get it exactly in the right spot. And then I went and got some 6mm all thread, some 6mm nuts and flats and locks, and I had some 6mm nylocks. So basically I cut the 6mm thread down to, I guess it's less than 2.5, probably 1/16 less, so it's 2 7/16 is the length that I cut it to. And I got the one side done. There it is on here. See, there's a flat washer on here, and then I have a lock washer on here, and the same thing on this side. Now, the only thing is, we're probably gonna have to clearance this a little to get the cover to actually fit on there. It almost fits. So basically what's happening now is it's hanging up on these bolts up here. So if we grind basically right about where this mark is, and let's see if the other one made a mark. Yeah, there's a mark here too. If we just take a die grinder and grind that a little bit, it should pop right on there. So that's the solution we're going with. It seems, I mean, this is super duper strong. It ain't going anywhere. So I screwed the all thread down and put a lock nut on it and tighten that down. So this is not going to spin inside of here. If you ever have to take the fuel rail off, you just take this nut off and it should come right out. This shouldn't spin, that shouldn't spin, and yeah, it should be pretty simple. Actually, well, I'll show you. Get you back up here, and since this is just a mock-up, it has to come apart anyway. These are used nylocks, so they are a little dirty. These guys off. The dirt out of the way so it doesn't get in the intake manifold, and voila. There you go, that's what they look like installed. Should probably put some Loctite on these because these can move. I mean, they're adjusted, and when you put the fuel rail on, they're not going to move, but it'd be nice if they didn't move around so easy. Okay, well that's the solution for the fuel rail. I still got to make one more of these and drill the holes in the fuel rail for that side, and then we'll be able to mount that on there, and that'll be done. I should probably I have the bracket for this, the cable bracket for the throttle by cable throttle body that we have now, so while I have it out here, I should probably take these 4 bolts out and put the cable bracket in here because it bolts in between the throttle plate and the intake manifold. But, you know, that's a 5-minute job. But yeah, coming along. This thing should be pretty interesting when we get it done. And in the car, and running. I guess we're still a ways from that, but we're trying to get this done. Well, it's May now, so we're trying to get this done by the end of the month. Well, at least on the road for the first time by the end of the month, so we can start figuring out what we did wrong. Okay, so here he is a little while later. We cut the 2 studs for this side. We'll get the fuel rail out, mark it, and drill the holes in it. Cut one too short, so won't be using that one. And we did a little grinding on our MSD cover here. Unfortunately, we got some marks on it now from handling it, but we had to do a lot of clearancing on the back side for some reason, so that's all clearanced out now, and we didn't have to hog too much on this side, and I just used my you could use a Dremel. This is a little die grinder, air powered, so plug it into the air supplier and away you go. And now this side, the only thing we have to do to complete it is put the side screws in. So that's the one side finished deal there. Doesn't look terrible. These is where the finished screws go. There's 4 of them that go in here that hold the cover. That's literally just a cover. It doesn't have to be there. It just makes it look prettier. Okay, let me get drilling on the other side. Okay, there we go. We got this one all drilled out and fitted on there. The bolts are in. These are a few threads shorter than my target, I guess. So there wasn't a lot in there, so I just put the nylocks on top there, and they've engaged just about all the way through. Their heads are poking through, so shouldn't be any problems there. The cover didn't have any interference problems at the back. The front had a little bit, and pretty much goes right on there. Little holes all line up. So that's it. done.